Hello and welcome to Tech 18. I'm Mohammed Adnan, and in this video we are going to discuss about a turning point in enterprise data warehousing. I initially thought about what is this turning point. So I just dig into deeper about what is this blog post is all about, and I'm going to talk about that in this video. If you're new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, just click on the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the latest notifications. Now let's get started. So basically what they are trying to share here is what and why. So enterprises are now expecting the BI, which is business intelligence, increasing complex analytics, whatever they are doing up here, and also the new generation AI workloads. Everything has to be at the same place, and they also need the data at the same time so that they can take really good decisions at a very fast manner. So ideally, what they are saying is like they need operational data as well as analytical data as well as the near real-time data which comes up here. So operational in the sense like regular inventory transaction, what is happening over there, and analytical data which is already processed some the targets and the previous day's information, whatever has been processed, it can be treated as analytical data. And now what about the near real time is basically about the patient information which is coming up from the sensors or the machines or the scanners kind of thing, and also the delivery information from like Zomato or Swiggy or any other delivery or near real time tracking of the vehicles like Ola or Uber kind of thing. So all this information they need it at near real time so that they can take quick decisions. Ideally, with this kind of way the world is moving towards, everybody needs that itself. And even if you think about the large enterprises, if they are going for the ship navigations and spacecraft kind of thing, airlines and airplanes, monitoring, all these things they need really fast information. So that's why they are thinking about in that direction. And to align to that, so Microsoft has ideally assigned a separate group. They are calling as Enterprise Strategy Group Team. So they are identified between Azure Synapse dedicated SQL pool as well as Microsoft Fabric data warehouse in two areas which is really critical. One is price performance, another is cost per query for both the cases. And they have found out some interesting fact about it, which we are going to talk about that. They just validated the result. It's not just about theory, they have practically worked on those things and then given up the white paper and document about it. So they did four research on first is 1 terabyte of information, another is 10 terabyte. So for 1 terabyte of information, we are comparing between the data warehouse capacity unit with the fabric capacity unit. So basically 300 DWU is similar to F16 in Microsoft Fabric. And you can see the performance of the dark blue and light blue colors here in terms of performance. They are saying it has increased 75% of data warehouse performance good in Fabric compared to dedicated SQL pools here. That's really good thing. Now, when they tried with this about 10 terabytes of workload between F64, F128, F256, and F512 capacity units, because 10 terabytes is huge amount of the data. And when you do so, they have found about Fabric was 50 to 90% faster than SQL dedicated pool data warehouse, and also price per query has improved range from 16 to 71% of that. So both in terms of price as well as the query, Fabric data warehouse has given a good things about it. Now before going into our conclusion, let's talk about what actually these two are. So at high level, when you look into Fabric data warehouse and Azure Synapse dedicated SQL pool, so Fabric is obviously the SaaS product, which is really I love the most. And if you ask me about me personally, Azure is really complicated thing in terms of configuration, managing, because it's the platform as a service based here. So we need to do it manually, all these things. In some angle, which company prefer to do their own maintenance and configuration settings, they prefer with this option. But the company, those who just need to focus on the outcome part, they can go with Fabric capacity unit. I just need the information, the technical things which I need for my work, and then I can just do my work around over there. So that's my objective here. So now Fabric is a SaaS based and Azure Synapse is a PaaS based and serverless compute, and this is pre-provisioned data warehousing unit. You need to pre-provision data warehousing unit how much capacity you need, and then you can start working on that. Whereas for Fabric is you can, if you want to spin up into multiple Capacity units, you can do it right away if you have the configuration settings done. You can increase from F16 to 32 to 64 to as much as you need here. So it can auto scale in milliseconds. That's what they claim here. So ideally, we don't need to wait for it to be arranged or manually scaling of those options. It can do these things within few seconds. And the real good thing which I like is OneLake. So OneLake is Delta Parquet file and it is a virtual data layer. I mean, it can be used for other workloads, like it can be used for data engineering and also used for BI, also used for AI workloads kind of thing, machine learning kind of thing. Every team can able to use a single source of the data. Whereas for data warehousing, we had to copy the data, move the data wherever it needs, and that actually takes a lot of time and effort to do those pipelines and the capacity for those specific requirements. So that's also one of the challenges considering that. And also now in terms of managing all these things, the operation and governance of it, it is laid on one single layer in OneLake, so it's really easy. Whereas for Synapse, it has to be managed on all the other places, so it will be much more in terms of effect. Now, Fabric is obviously has been optimized for BI as well as AI workload. It can be utilized in machine learning, AI models, and Copilot and other stuff. Whereas Synapse data is a BI focused, AI needs some extra work that need to handle separately. So as this is talk about the difference between these two. Now let's talk about the checklist. So for me, if you need to take a decision about the Fabric you want to go or data warehousing thing, then you need to ask these questions for yourself. Do I want to manage capacity or just consume the data? So this is the main question. So if you want to do that, it depends on your organization policy. Do I want one data copy or multiple pipelines? Will my workload vary a lot like BI, ad hoc and AI, or is it going to be the same thing? Do I want to optimize the cost automatically or I had to do it manual scaling, manual optimization? Do I want to faster result in less tuning? And am I designing the future of AI use cases or not? So if answer for all these things is mostly yes, then you need to go with Microsoft Fabric. If it is no, then you can stay with Synapse itself. In short, Fabric is for the teams who want to focus on their outcomes, whereas Synapse is the team who still wants to manage their infrastructure by themselves. So that is in short. So if you ask about my personal opinion, this is not a just data warehousing. This is Microsoft redefining the entire data warehousing concepts here. So infrastructure shift to the usage first optimization. That's what they are using up here. And from capacity planning to outcome planning, what is end result I need? That's where the main focus is going towards. And also, if you are designing for a modern BI and supporting the AI platform and trying to control your cost, because in terms of performance and query per cost, it is both or less compared to data warehouse SQL dedicated SQL pool. So obviously, you need to go with Microsoft Fabric itself. So Fabric data warehouse deserves serious attention before you decide to your company whether you want to go with this or that if you are starting up a new company. If you are into an existing one, then don't need to worry about it. Microsoft is actually planning for this. I mean, they are also giving up some semi things that you can migrate your data from Synapse to Fabric, as well as they are giving some instruction manual documentation, and you can also get from Microsoft support on that if they want to migrate. They also can help you during the migration process. But still, it depends on the company policy and whatever the license cost which you have. You can talk to Microsoft support team on that case. How best you can. You can also talk with Microsoft partners about it. They can also guide you on that. But from my technical point of view and the future perspective, the world how going towards, I prefer to go with Microsoft Fabric on my opinion. So let me know in the comment section below what your company relies on, how they want to go and move the data into Fabric or not in future. If you like this video, just hit the big thumbs up button if you're new to this channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, just click on the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the latest notification. Thanks for watching. Keep learning. See you in the next video.